Yeah, and that makes a ton of sense if you're Team YouTube, honestly. Taking a look here, the fact that they locked up Hoopa first will give GT the opportunity to grab Slowbro if they want it. Eggnoob says, yes, I will take Slowbro right now. However, the big question is, what will Stockings end up with? Will it be the Mew? Will they cut Stockings off of the Mew here? No. Chaotic been a mean A9 as well. And of course, Fui on that Buzzwole is a match that we've absolutely loved watching, especially against LG.
This is going to be really interesting to see what Stocking gets here. I've got to assume they want to grab this Mew, but I'm not sure exactly how they want that to play out inside of their team composition. Obviously, Phil right now can grab the Trevenant, which he's been playing a lot of here, hovering the Umbreon, the newest Pokemon released in Pokemon Unite. Obviously, if he picks that, he's a silly goose because he's going to get disqualified here. So I'm sure we'll see him move to a new Pokemon, and it's going to be the Snorlax, I'm guessing, so it can get into the back line and do some damage against these mage-like Pokemon, the special attackers.
I really like So Sad Sam queuing up this Decidueye as well, adding range on range. Sometimes the best way to combat long range on the other side is to have a longer range, and Decidueye has the longest range in the game. It looks great when it's Spirit Shackling across the map, and stocking Black again, locking in Gardevoir and Delphox for themselves. Good opportunity for damage, but I think Team YouTube has a way to combat that a little bit.
This is going to be interesting. As we mentioned a little bit before, Doob Snacks, whichever team wins this will be another new champion in North America. It's like a game of musical chairs here in NA. Nobody knows who's going to get it until the final moments.
And neither will we. 10 seconds left as they lock in exactly who's playing what. It looks like everything has settled out. Stocking's going to be taking the Delphox, Black going to be that big carry on the Gardevoir, and Lakoding going to run roughshod through the team on Dodrio.
Here we go. Team YT, GT here in game number 1. Team YouTube needs to win 2 in this first series, reset the whole thing, and do it again because they came up from our losers bracket. GT all the way through the winners bracket, and they've already beat a team called Team YouTube today. Oh, you know what? I'm hearing from our stats team that that is the same team. We're gonna have to find out if that's true or not.
Yeah, stats team, please confirm that this is the same Team YouTube that we saw before. But again, the key component to GT winning against whatever Team YouTube that was Chandelure, but that is not in the mix. Grand finals are on.
Here we go, heading down to our bottom path right here. We see the Slowbro, we see the Delphox, we see the Snorlax. Eldegoss heading to the central area here just to get that little red buff handed over to them. We're gonna have to see if Decidueye actually wants this. It does not, as it continues to take the experience in that central area. Phil possibly heading in for a little bit of an invasion here, getting shut down by 3 members of GT.
Yeah, very well sussed out by GT, not about to let that action happen. GT facing Team YouTube after beating them 2-1 in the winners finals. We said that, we knew that, Spraggles. So, you know, stats team, we already knew that one, okay? Give us something new. You know what I'm saying?
We still don't know if it's the same Team YouTube, to be fair.
True.
Asked and not answered as we continue to move forward here. Sam looking to pick up a KO, getting that eject button as it pushes towards the Eldegoss right there, and it does pick up that KO. Nice big catch there for Team YouTube early as they have picked up a nice KO, and they've been the only team to score a few points.
Yeah, Chaotic's A9 is something special. I mean, being able to put tons of pressure on. At that point in time, it was just an Alolan Vulpix finally taking up to that Ninetales as well. But never going to seem to engage. Black goes in, Fleet poaches them immediately. Tons of damage goes down. They are so low. Can they convert on the KO? Aquilo chips in, a little auto attack gets it done. They're there on the chopping block for that effort, though. Lakoding lets him off the hook and scampers away.
Very nice stuff here. I mean, Fui on this Buzzwole that we saw in the last few games, Doob Snacks, was a absolute force to be reckoned with here. We did not get to see that at the start of our broadcast. It felt like it didn't have the impact that it did in some of those games.
Yeah, Phil caught out on the backside real quick as they get a quick KO, and that's exactly where Lakoding wants to be. But you're right. I mean, Fui, even in game 1 of GT versus Team YouTube, the Buzzwole really didn't come online, and it didn't really show what it could do, unlike the LG matchup. And it looks like Fui's more in the LG mode than the game against GT mode.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see what they do here. One thing I love that Team YouTube did is have a targeted ban towards GT. I think that is such a bold move, but it gets to the point where a player is so good at a Pokemon like Stockings that you just have to target ban her.
Oh, without a doubt. And I mean, Stockings got Chandelure all 3 games, let in damage all 3 games, looked phenomenal all 3 games. Yeah, you know, take that problem out of the equation. Don't even have to deal with it. Good secure there on the wild Pokemon by GT, as they are getting tons of experience very quickly. Yes, they're not really scrapping with the other side, but they're just getting it done naturally through the wild Pokemon on the map.
Big Spirit Shackle hits Black CH there as he's going to have to run out of this fight. Phil in a little bit of trouble right there, taking a big side shot. Here comes the Spirit Shackle once again from long range. You talked about it, fighting fire with fire. If they're at range, we're going to be at even longer range.
It's all about range. You've got a telescope. I'm using the Hubble telescope. We out here, long range. Now Chaotic trying to dodge that Fire Blast. They do indeed. They're going to make it back to their goal pad. This Registeel is here. GT's trying to bait in Team YouTube to get into that action. Chaotic little Blizzard Avalanche combo to seal up that Indeedee. No worries, but really now it's about watching and see who collapses on it first.
Yeah, we're going to have to see which team wants to start this right here. Spirit Shackle misses their opponents. It looks like they were using it not to hit Registeel, obviously. They want to figure out where exactly GT is, and you will find that out with these big Spirit Shackles that hit 2 members of GT right here. And now Espo's in a lot of trouble being blocked.
Well, the block, of course, comes through. Snorlax able to blink out. Hoopa closes the door on them, but that allows Phil to come back through and put the pressure directly on Black. Stockings, Fire Spin, Fire Blast comes through. Tons of damage going on Snorlax. They're going to block out. But meanwhile, Team YouTube's all over this Registeel, and they take that Basement Reggie basically for free. So Phil may have gotten KO'd, but they did their job well. They distracted GT to the point of them not even being able to get close to that objective.
This Decidueye right now is looking like the perfect pick into GT. Like, what an amazing draft so far for Team YouTube. We'll have to see how the rest of the game goes here, but these Spirit Shackles are finding their mark. They're outranging GT. They've been the only team to secure an objective, the only team to score. Level-wise, they're looking great. So far, Team YouTube is crushing the first half of this match.
They absolutely are. GT needs to look for an opportunity to get some experience and maybe a catch here. Phil is about half HP, but really they're leashing them out for Chaotic, who's looking to jump all over Stockings. Can they do it? Good engage by Lakoden, gets a big time KO. They can peel onto Phil. They're gonna get it. They can force out the Unite. Can they poach them back? No, they get a berry. Fanciful Fireworks come out from Stockings and the pressure is on. You want to talk about getting points, and they got a real opportunity for it. Aquilo uses the Rings Unbound there for them, but they get KO'd shortly. Oh my goodness, the knock arrow is out. Chaotic on fire, and GT is sent scrambling. It's just Egnoob sitting on the goal pad. You want to talk about frosty tips? It's Justin Timberlake, and it's gonna be May in the May finals. Chaotic with this boosted buffed A9. Wow.
You want to talk about frosted tips? It's going to be Justin Timberlake. That's maybe one of the best you've ever done. That's maybe one of the best you've ever. You saved it for the grand finals.
Well, where else are you going to use that type of smoke? There, Spraggles, we in here for it. Team YouTube's looking good, and Chaotic's A9, like I said it before, it is something special.
Wow, incredible stuff here from Team YouTube, just coming back in that fight, wiping 4 members of GT off the board. They are in total control of this match right now. This is a very different Team YouTube than we saw facing off against GT earlier.
Fortunately, GT is still doing really good on getting these wild Pokemon. They're a little bit behind on experience, but have somehow kept this thing closer than you'd imagine based on how these team fights are going. But here comes the absolute menace, Chaotic, looking to get in there. They get slow beamed, fire spun, and fire blasted in half. That is a big time KO. Fanciful Fireworks come out on the goal zone. This is time for a siege. But of course, the Eldegoss comes out. They get credit for 2. That's 3 players down. Team YouTube is hanging on tight, and that score lead all of a sudden becomes equalized, 156-142, and Sam is trying to get this Regice off the map before GT can pivot.
Yeah, I think Team YouTube did not expect so much resistance or so much of a push there from GT. Obviously, there were Unite moves they did not use. Instead, they were just down at this bottom path, able to secure this objective. So they were able to get something for it. But GT right now really evening up this scoreboard, a big push and a big fight win for them.
It looked good. Team YouTube really having, you know, the pressure on all games so far, but GT was able to find a couple opportunities here. Not sure where the scouting mission they've got Egnoob going for is, but they've got Black CH in their pocket to be able to collapse onto maybe Fui if they get a little squirrely up front. It is a close battle indeed. That might be an understatement here for game 1.
Yeah, this match is so incredibly close, level-wise and, of course, incredibly close. Score-wise right here, Aquilo in a little bit of of trouble right here, trying to dance around with that Phantom Force. Let's see if they can make something happen. They actually do make it home somehow. Unbelievable play right there.
What is Sozad Sam on? Like, I don't think he's just so happy. Sam out here with those Spirit Shackles. They're all over him. Black is already down, and the damage is out. Lakota Force to bail another Spirit Shackles. That's absolutely diesel. I don't know what these arrows are made of. Absolute tungsten. They are going long range out here, Spraggles. Everybody's getting chunked by him, too. It's not one player. It's 3 players every time.
Incredible stuff here from Team YouTube, and the range, it really is the biggest factor inside this match. They can't get to Decidueye. They really only have one Pokemon that can do it. That's Dodrio. They need to make sure they shut this thing down, because otherwise it is going to take out all of these squishy special attackers on the side of GT. Here we are, the first Rayquaza of our grand finals. Team YouTube is up right now, so they are in a very commanding position. GT is going to need to make a play, and Aghnoob is in a ton of trouble right here as the Spirit Shackle hits.
Gets absolutely caught out immediately. Nice coverage by Black to allow them to bail. That could have been catastrophic out of the gates, but that's just what Chaotic's been doing all the time, isolating these big tanky defenders up front, following up with nice KOs. This scoreline is close, about 50 points difference. We're going to see what they do with Rayquaza. Fui's kind of caught out. They're getting low on HP. Can they catch the reset? Are they going to be able to make it back to the portal? They have to force out the Unite move. They get on top. Black gets the KO back on Fui. We're all over the fanciful fireworks, and the knock arrow comes through. There's 2 players out for Team YouTube. GT's making it happen. Can they find another one? KO's trying to hang tight, but they get caught in the fairy singularity. KO's trigger 2 for Stockings. Stockings on absolute fire, and of course it's a fire type Pokemon in their pocket. Look how far down Kilo is. They're on the backside of absolute nowhere. GT's collapsing on Rayquaza. This is their chance. Hoop is going to come here and see if Hyperspace Hole to get for the big time save. Can they get done? Oh my God! Team YouTube, Kilo, you absolute legend! Hyperspace Hole of the Century May Finals. Oh my!
No, I mean, okay, that makes up for the Comfey steal, Team YouTube. That makes up for it right there. You get that. They lost a Rayquaza to a basic attack from a Comfey, but that was one of the most insane steals I have seen casting Pokemon Unite. Crazy, crazy finish there for Team YouTube. GT had an amazing fight there at the end. They definitely took down Team YouTube, but somehow a Hyperspace Hole and a prayer able to take down Rayquaza, and Team YouTube takes game 1.
Oh my. Everybody on Team YouTube better be Venmoing a Kilo right now, because that was mean. That was mean. You want to talk about plays? There's one right there. That Hyperspace Hole getting it done.